Welcome back to another one of Nathan Bell's commentary videos. Nate's going to keep going with these, and they're always fascinating. Give it a like, give it a share with someone who may be interested. Today, Nate wants to talk to you about religion and how we should handle it as a society.
Yeah, well, I have in the past identified as religious. In my 20s, I went to a church for a little bit, and I've got ideas about God. I'd like to believe that there was a God and that there was some deeper purpose or meaning to the universe. So I have in my time, and I have been a man of faith in my life and believed that there was a God who wished well for me. But really, I think at the end of the day, I think about science a lot, and I think religion is rubbish. And really, I think our society will be better and will function better if we become a completely scientific society and we embrace science. And to some extent, I think the world would be a better place if we banned religion, because the reality is science is fact, and science is proven, and science will tell us how to handle life and live life better, because science deals with the reality and the facts of the way that the natural world works. But we have to respect freedom of faith. People have a right to believe in their gods and their deities. And, I still think there is a slim chance, and as I said in my video about whether the universe was created, there is a slim chance that there is a creator. The universe, as I've said before, might be a simulation, so it's not entirely impossible that there is a God. But I think a lot of the doctrines that exist aren't reflective. If there is a God, I don't think any of the doctrines that exist really reflect what that God is. I mean, really, religious organisations are just cults that brainwash people into different sets of rules that dictate to them how they have to live their life. I think there's a lot of good in some religions, and religions tend to try and find a moral framework to live life by. And there have been good religious leaders, men and women, who've been proclaimed prophets. I think Jesus had a lot of good to say and a lot of good ideas about how we should live. And I do believe religion can help people have a moral framework and a guide to live their life by. And I know that a lot of people benefit from the moral guidelines of different religions and faiths. But really, I think you should reason moral right and wrong through reasoning. And you should reach a conclusion about what is right and just and righteous in life through reasoning and through scientific reasoning. And you should think. I mean, religion just tells you this is how it is and this is how you should live and obey blindly. And it doesn't teach you independent thinking, and it doesn't teach you to reason for yourself, your own ethics. Really, I think the law is the best framework for deciding how to live a moral and righteous life, because lawmakers have spent time in consideration of what is right and what is wrong. And that's why the law is separate to religion and doesn't just, the laws of the law aren't the same as the laws of religion, because the people who write the law actually are experts who consider at length what moral right and wrong is. So, you really got to reason for yourself and consider long and hard what is right and wrong and how to live a righteous life. But, I'm open-minded to the idea that there could be a creator. But what I want to say about there being a creator, and I also believe in ESP phenomena and psychic abilities, and I think there might be a spiritual aspect to the universe in higher dimensions. But what I want to say about all that supernatural, mystical mumbo-jumbo is if we're going to accept any of this supernatural mystical stuff, we should accept it after we have shown it to be real with science. If we're going to accept that the universe is a simulation and that it was created as an experiment by some divine entity from another universe, then we should accept that once our science shows that's correct, because science is about proving that things are real. So it's not to say that we should abandon religion because there definitely isn't a God. It's to say if we want to believe in a God, we should believe in a God once we've seen evidence that there is a creator. We should believe in mystical ideas once we see evidence that they are valid. Because religion asks us just to blindly believe in the gibberish that someone is speaking about the nature of the universe. We need to live in a civilization where everyone has a grounding in what is the nature of the universe, and science gives us a grounding in what is the nature of the universe. Science proves what is the nature of the universe. It doesn't just tell us to blindly follow. So I think if we want to believe in gods and deities, that's okay, because I think there could be a god and deity, as I said, but we should reserve that belief until we see evidence through science that there is something to believe in, and we shouldn't just blindly accept the teachings of someone else. But, many religions have useful life guidance. Like Buddhism has some fantastic philosophies about how to live, and Jesus had some fantastic ideas about moral right and wrong. But to believe that any one man or woman is divine by a creator to share the true path in life with humanity it's just arrogant to think that, as I said in my Messiah Complex video, that any one person has the answer. So, our society has been, particularly in Australia, has been steadily moving away from religion for the last 50 years, and people are abandoning religion. And I think the future is a future where we're a scientific species, and we will abandon religion, and everyone will embrace science, and that's going to be a better world. It's going to be a more logical, rational world where people make better decisions, where politicians make better decisions, and where individuals in the community make better decisions. I really think we need to come in, and I really think religion should be out of school. We don't want to indoctrinate children in school into blind faith, into someone else's preaching about what is right and wrong. I really think we need to be teaching science from kindergarten, and teaching science extensively, and we need to teach a cosmic perspective where people understand that they live in a universe, and that there are principles and laws that govern the way that the universe works, the laws and principles of nature and the forces of nature, and we should be teaching that hard scientific understanding of reality and the cosmos from childhood. We want everyone in our society to be grounded in a scientific understanding of what the universe is and how it works, and we will live better if we embrace that. So, I do have ideas about God, as I said, and I can believe that there could be a creator, and this could be some simulation or an experiment. And I also believe there could be higher entities and spiritual beings that inhabit other dimensions. But all of those supernatural ideas, in my mind, still fall within science, because if I say that there are higher entities that live in higher dimensions, they are still subject to the laws of the universe. I'm just saying, by saying that there are higher entities that live in higher dimensions, I'm saying the universe and the laws of nature include higher dimensions where there are higher entities that operate within the laws of nature. So that's to say that there's something about the laws of nature, and there's something about the universe which we haven't discovered yet. So once we prove that those higher beings exist, or that the spirit realm that we see on psychedelics exists, or that there are higher entities that inhabit other universes, that then becomes a part of our scientific understanding of the universe. It's not deity, it's not supernatural. And if we say that the universe was created by a higher entity as an experiment, and that higher entity lives outside the universe, once we prove that with science, that then becomes a part of science. It's no longer supernatural. So even my supernatural spiritual ideas about astral projection and out-of-body experiences and interacting with the spirit world on psychedelics, I view all of that as science. I am just saying there might be more to the universe that there is to understand, and once we understand those ideas, they then fall into science and they become a part of science. So as to say, our scientific perspective broadens at that point to include those things, to say that there is a creator and the universe is a simulation. Then that becomes a part of science. So really, at the end of the day, even with all my mystical mumbo-jumbo about higher entities and the universe being a simulation and astral projection and psychic powers, that is not religion and that is not spirituality. That is yet to be understood science. And when that science is understood, then we acknowledge it because we've proven it with science. Then it becomes a part of our scientific understanding of the universe. So at the end of the day, I believe science is the way forward, and we should abandon religion, and our society is going to function better, and the world will be a better place when we abandon religion and blind faith, and where everyone learns to reason their own moral right and wrong, and everyone has a cosmic perspective and an understanding of the nature of the cosmos and the laws of nature and how the universe works. So drop a comment in the comment section about what you think about religion versus science, and let me know what you think, guys.